Recently, my daughter had a birthday, and I had tried to write her a poem a few years back, and it turned into more of a ditty than a poem. And so I pulled it out, and I kind of polished it off a little bit, and then I gave it to her the other day. So I guess I'll share it. It's called Der Molly Mayo, and it goes best with the chorus if you're swinging a glass of beer, so you might keep that in mind. Der Molly Mayo. Der Molly, der Molly, der Molly Mayo. Oh, what shall I do for der Molly Mayo? To your baby soft skin, a big diaper pin I fastened by mistake. At a playground you stumbled. I watched as you tumbled. Well, your shoulder, it did break. Yes. To your sled gave a push. It went down with a whoosh, till a brick wall got in the way. And in our canoe, I steered you into wolf spiders, ugly and gray. Der Molly, der Molly, der Molly, my oh. Oh, what shall I do for der Molly, my oh? We'd have us a talk as we went for a walk through the woods on a long, lovely stroll. Oh, and cook you some dinner, a dad disher winner, my tuna chip casserole. We'd get on all four to play on the floor, and I'd chase you quite innocently, then read you a story of monsters of glory, the next part in a big trilogy. Der Molly, der Molly, der Molly, my oh. Oh, what shall I do for der Molly, my oh? So now that you've grown, independent, your own, established in your domicile, it still gives me a thrill, it always will, when I get to see your big smile. Yes, there's work and life's issues and the odd wet tissue. Things seldom go just as they're planned. But from winter, spring, spring, it's the yin and the yang. Life, enjoy it whenever you can. Dear Molly, dear Molly, dear Molly, my oh. Oh, what shall I do for dear Molly, my oh? My son asked me the other day at dinner what I remembered of the space race. Well, I told him some things, and it kind of spurred me to write this poem about Sputnik. And I thought I'd tell you what Wikipedia says about Sputnik and then give you my interpretation. Sputnik 1 was the first artificial Earth satellite. The Soviet Union launched it into an elliptical low orbit on 4 October 1957. It was a 58-centimeter diameter polished metal sphere with 4 external radio antennae to broadcast radio pulses. Here's what Wikipedia left out. I call this, at 6.5 years of age. From a high tin stool in our kitchen, I'm paying attention to a radio broadcast of Sputnik beeping as it flies overhead in space. I become aware of the solemnity of my parents as they listen. So I stop kicking my feet back and forth and let them dangle. While wondering what the beeping means, I realize Russian missiles can reach me here in the kitchen. And here's kind of an odd one for me because I don't write many political things. And I'm not even comfortable with all the language, but I thought I'd try it out. In fact, I wrote this a while back, but I've never had the courage to read it. It's called I Found It on the Internet. Let's register the Muslims, round up all the wetbacks, screw the refugees. Black lives aren't for blacks. I sure could use a living wage. Unions are for saps. Healthcare is creeping socialism or communism or something like that. Climate change is a hoax. Remember that winter for last? And they better not touch my guns or I'll shoot them in the ass. I'm going to be a millionaire when my number hits, you'll see. So better keep them taxes low. They might apply to me. I thought I might read a couple winter poems before winter ends. I think it's going to get up to 60 this weekend, so let's pretend it's a little colder. This one's called Some Cold Sunday Morning. Some cold Sunday morning, warm dogs curl in our bed. Deb is reading beside me as wind and icy crystals fly by our windows. Our flannel sheets and cashmere blanket, old quilt, plus a soft and comfy throw, purchased at a powwow last fall, all make for a cozy den. Bears in their den, I understand, don't urinate for months when hibernating. Their urea is reabsorbed and processed into proteins. I have no such mechanism, or I'd stay put. It's called Skiing the Half-Frozen Creek. In the ravine, light snow is sticking to tree branches and evergreens as I ski along the half-frozen creek. As I break trail, I see fresh fox tracks in the snow, for I'm not the first to visit the coursing creek this morning. As I glide, I listen to the babbling of the creek, revealing its secrets in the still and muffled woods. As I stride, I breathe in the woodland's breath, inhale its scent and essence and sense, that like new thin, translucent ice reaching out into the stream, I grow renewed, refreshed, redeemed as I ski along the half-frozen creek. To the universe, I'm an observer. To my hamster, I'm a god. To my fish, I'm in another dimension. To my microbial colonies, I'm the host of the party. To my cat, I'm late with dinner. To my dog, I'm a lumpy pillow. To my neighbor's dog, I'm someone to bark at. To a physicist, I'm an energy field. To a biologist, I'm an organism. To the DMV, I'm an organ donor. To the IRS, I'm a $157.14 fine. To the NSA, I'm a bit of megadata. To FBI mobile van number 4, I'm a pin drop. To a native, I'm a tourist. To a tourist, I'm a curiosity. To youth, I'm history. To an historian, I'm a footnote. To a statistician, I'm an anomaly. To myself, I find I'm lost at times. To Henry David Thoreau, not until I'm lost will I fully understand others. To psychologist Rollo May, I'm a man in search of himself. To autocorrect, I'm a work in progress. So the poet waiting to read next, I'm a guy who talks too much, but as someone who does a pretty good job impersonating a lumpy pillow.